Chapter 9 Water, a Wonder Liquid. Topics covered: drinking water, water sources in ancient times, water supply in cities, water sources in villages and undeveloped areas, water for cultivation, canal, using groundwater for irrigation, rainwater harvesting, water in the air, water as universal solvent, floating and sinking. Water in its pure form has no smell, color and taste. It appears to be an ordinary substance, but its importance in our lives is extraordinary. It supports life through its various uses. Water is used for drinking, cooking as a source of energy, for transportation, for growing crops, for producing electricity, and many more things. Drinking water. Nearly three-fourths of the earth is covered with water, but we still have shortage of water. The oceans contain about 97% of the total water on the earth. The ocean water is salty and cannot be used by us for our daily needs. We need fresh water to live. Only about 3% of the water on the earth is fresh water. Most of the fresh water is frozen in the form of ice caps and glaciers, occurs as water vapor in air, or is trapped underground and hence cannot be readily used by us. The fresh water available in the rivers, lakes and streams which we can readily use forms only 0.3% of all water available on the earth. Moreover, the distribution of these fresh water bodies is also not even. Some parts of the world are well supplied with freshwater sources, while some other parts are largely dry and desert-like. Water sources in ancient times. We know that even the early men knew the importance of water, so all the civilizations developed near a water source. Most of the big cities in the past were built on the banks of rivers. In India, cities like Kolkata, Delhi, Mathura and Lucknow developed on the banks of the rivers Ganga, Yamuna and Gomti respectively. People living in those cities were dependent on water for doing all their activities. There were no taps in the past. Many a times people had to travel long distances to fetch water. They understood the importance of water. As the time progressed, they developed ways to save water. These were the local techniques of water harvesting. Some of these were constructing bawdis, bhandaras, johats, talabs, kunds, tobas and installing piyaus. Water supply in cities. The source of water supply in a city is usually a nearby lake or a river. River and lake water is not fit for drinking. So before supplying this water to homes, it must be purified. Purification is carried out in water treatment plants. After purification, water is collected in big tanks. These tanks are connected to our taps through big pipes. When we open our taps, it is this water that we get. You will be surprised to know that until some years ago, many houses in different parts of India did not have water supply through pipes. Every house used to have a well or a tube well for water. Mostly people used to go to a nearby pond or river for washing clothes, utensils and also for other chores. Water sources in villages and undeveloped areas. Tube wells and wells are still used as sources of water in villages and in some areas in towns where water supply is not available. For example, in slums. It is common to see people standing in long queues with buckets and other containers in front of tube wells. In areas where rainfall is scarce, people have to travel long distances to fetch water even today. Wells are still dug in different parts of the country to obtain underground water. Underground water is lifted out from wells by using a rope and a bucket. Sometimes a pulley system is used to make the process easier. A pulley system is a small wheel over which a rope or a chain is fixed. Buckets are tied to the end of this rope or chain. It is easier to pull a heavy object with the help of a pulley. A well is a deep hole dug in the ground where underground water is easily available. Water is taken out from the well with the help of a pulley. A pulley is a wheel with a grooved outer rim. A bucket is tied to the end of a rope and the rope is fitted in the groove of the wheel. As the rope is released, the bucket goes down into the well. When the bucket gets filled with water, it is taken out of the well by pulling the rope. Step wells or bauli are common in Rajasthan and Gujarat. These are wells with step wall their sides to go down to the water level. Some step wells are used for swimming while others serve as meeting places for communities because they are very cool. A number of bauli can be found in Gujarat, Delhi, Agra, Lucknow, Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. The bauli were commonly found in the western part of India. Water for cultivation. Farmers grow crops irrigation their fields with the help of streams, canals and tube wells. Irrigation of crops by sprinkles and drip irrigation methods are used by farmers nowadays. Water is carried to the fields through water channels or aqueducts. A system of dams, pipes and pumps are required for modern irrigation so that water reaches farmers through water.
A. Pick the correct options.